Morning guys, welcome back. Another beautiful day. Bit cool again, not scorching hot, so yeah, pretty pleasant weather at the moment. Good sleeping, nice and cool at night, so yeah, helps the job a bit. Gonna get some lambs in this morning, so we'll get the team organised. They're all here nice and eager. Morning Jessica, Dorothy, Barry. Anyway, and Tiltil's even here. Anyway, we'll get these guys out and get out in the paddock. So we just got some old lambs to get in and draft some older lambs off. Yeah, so they're just see them out through there. They're only just here beside the yard, so they only take a minute. And then yeah, we've got a truck coming at about 1 o'clock to load and take them to Corowa to our local selling centre. So we'll yeah, get to it. We've done a pretty good job in here, the lambs, so we'll just, the ones that aren't going, we'll just put them in the next paddock over. Because we've got a little spray tank in the back of the buggy here, we've got the old dog down the bottom, Til, and Jessica should be out running, but the old doggy's got a crook front leg, so he always tends to ride shotgun. And we've got Barry on duty, and yeah, Dot's out doing a bit too. Yeah, we're still where we usually run them in, close to the yards, the corner there. There's still water in that depression, so we just yeah got to manoeuvre them through a bit of past some bill bins and that sort of stuff. But they've been past there before, so generally once they've done it once or twice, they'll know where to go. So we'll get them through there, and hopefully it all goes to plan. Here! Come here! Sit down, you idiots! That's up! Sit down! Come here, come here, come here, come here! Go back there, go back, go back! Ned, Tilly, get in here! Lambs are in without too much hassle. So yeah, we'll come back in a minute and draft them up. Just come down to start the pivot again before we get those lambs drafted up. What I did, I actually shut it down last night about 10 o'clock. What actually happens is, and it's something we need to fix, is the irrigator will actually come around and walk into this fence. So we need, like we've got gaps down there in the fence with gates. We just need to put a couple when it sort of gets round. When we got the guys to put this fence up, we didn't got a contractor in to do it. We didn't actually realise it would come around and walk into the fence. So I think the first two towers here need gaps. Yeah, so we just got to. So it doesn't walk into the fence again. We just shut it off, and not knowing last night it was probably going to do it at 2 a.m. or something like that. So I just said, oh, I'll shut it off and start it again in the morning. And what I actually have done is I've ordered more water. So I'm going to, well, once it gets around here, we'll send it back around with another 20 or 25 mil on. Yeah, just to give this stuff a good drink, because it looks like the weather's fined up for a bit now. So yeah, try and keep it going while we can, and yeah, so we've got plenty of feed for the woolies. Yeah. Sit down, sit. Morning. So we've rolled into another week. Actually, don't know what happened. I had a bit of a malfunction with this camera, so yeah, sort of missed. So I went to load it up on the computer last night, and yeah, it was part of it was missing. So anyway, so lambs went. I went spraying this afternoon, down contract spraying, so which I'll try and get back to today. Got home about 5. Actually ended up at a fire late yesterday afternoon. A crow, believe it or not, I don't know what's happened, but he's landed on a transformer and put his beak where he shouldn't have, and yeah, it's thrown a spark. And yeah, just around an old farmhouse, a lot of rubbish and crap around it, so seemed to be every lot of firewood, every pile of firewood seemed to be on fire. So we were yeah, didn't got out into a bit of wheat stubble, but wasn't anything of any great issue. But yeah, it was just putting these piles of rubbish out. So yeah, it was a good way to waste 2 or 3 hours. So anyway, back into it this morning, been to the gym, and just heading around. Brendan's heading around with the bucket. We're going to have a go at filling in this sort of washaway while we've got a bit of time up our sleeve. And yeah, Tony's going to start and rake fire breaks, and I am, yeah, once I get these guys sorted, or once I get Brendan sorted out, just give him doesn't run the bucket before. It's pretty simple, so just show him what I want to do, and then yeah, I'll go back spraying again. So it's going to warm up. It's about 22 degrees already. What is it, nearly 9 o'clock? So I think by the end of the week they are talking not 40 but 30, sort of 7 or 8. So yeah, summer's been a bit delayed, but it looks like we're going to start and get a bit. Weather forecast looks pretty clear now. There's nothing really rain-wise on for the next fortnight, so it'll be interesting to see whether there's a cyclone up, or there was a cyclone. I think I haven't sort of heard much news, but I think it has petered out a bit now. So yeah, whether some of that, we get a bit of that from up in northern Queensland. Yeah, just wait and see on that one. But yeah, the next 10 days looks good. So we'll get in and get this bit of lasering done. And our guy that scans our sheep, Joe, he messaged yesterday, so we're going to be scanning all the ewes, pregnancy scanning all the ewes later on, probably I think Thursday. And yeah, we've got a bit of sheep work to do this week, so I'll have to shuffle a few mobs around, just get them a bit closer to yards and that sort of thing. We're going to have a weigh up of our ewe lambs on midweek, and we're going to put them, I think, on the Auctions Plus selling platform probably next week. So yeah, enough happening on. I think Tony's going to head off on a couple of weeks holiday next week. So yeah, anyway, we're all yeah, plenty going on. So it's yeah, but there's no real mad rush with anything. Just giving Brendan a bit of a rundown of what we want to do here. You can sort of see about where he is now. Just with the washaway, just with the water coming down. It's quite sandy soil here, so yeah, we're just trying to work out where we can pinch some clay to put some contour banks in, and just try to slow the flow of the water down. So we're gonna level all this off, so we can sow through it again. Sort of the best way to stop the water is, you know, not have the ground bare like it is. If we can, yeah, get the crop growing in here and that sort of stuff. So you know, in an ideal world, well, we probably still can, is perhaps plant a few trees and that as well in time. But yeah, at the moment we're just trying to get it trafficable so we can start and do something with it. So he's just going to have a play around here and try and fill the erosion stuff in a bit anyway. So, and then we can sort of work out what we're going to do. We have got a dam. Just it's not that far away. It's only down there. I'm hoping we might be able to pinch a bit of clay from it. Or around sort of the front of it and bring them up, and sort of, we're going to build another contour bank just sort of where I am here. And yeah, there's sort of three up above us there. This one here is sort of has blown out, so yeah, anyway, just it's not the fence good with the Vario, because you can just drive it off the pedal, and yeah, just go quietly. So yeah, anyway, Brendan, there's no rush. You can just play around and get the hang of it and do what we want to do. So so it'll be someone did mention in past videos about getting the comments about the Jackson brothers and what they're doing up there. It'd be good to have a couple of D11s at your disposal, but yeah, we've got a 300 horsepower Fenton homemade loads of buckets, so we'll do what we can, and yeah, hopefully it'll be definitely better than what it was, because we have been driving around this area with the air seeder and that sort of stuff. So the biggest issue is getting a big dump of rain and it washes out again, but we'll just have to try and just work at that, and if that happens we might have to do it again, but hopefully what we do here now will be a big help. I got a load of spray out, so just come out to see what Brendan's up to. He just give me a call, so he's done a pretty good job. We're slowly getting there, another 2 or 3 hours to sort of have it complete. He's put a bit of a bank in here, and he's going to come through and put a bit of a channel in here and just make these banks a bit higher. So the plan is so that the water runs down, it sort of runs into the channel, and then slowly builds up and then runs over the bank if it has to. But yeah, we're going to probably burn the stubble in here. The paddock's got quite rough, so it wants a grader board across it. So but yeah, there's still a bit of a hollow here. But yeah, if we had the stubble wasn't here, we could sort of pull dirt out from a bit further and flatten it right out. But at least we'll be able to go through here with the boom spray and that sort of thing if we need to spray the stubble again before cropping. But yeah, it's a damn sight better than what it was, because couldn't do anything with it before. But yeah, we just need to get these banks built up a little bit more, and then just put a drain in front of each one of the banks, just to as I said, steady the water up. So Tony and I got this Foodhouse off, so I didn't actually get any footage of it because I didn't expect to get as far today as what we sort of did. So it actually was pretty simple to get off. It's just got a pin here on both sides that you work your way out, and then just a couple of pins on the lift ram. Now I'll just show you the front of the machine here while we're looking. This is sort of where the process starts. So you got these, I call them elephant ears, but they're sort of impeller blades, or but yeah, you can just imagine that spinning in that direction as the material feeds in. Sorry, I'll stand back a little bit so it's not so close. And then you've got those veins around the front there that help feed it in. We've got some hard facing here that we put on last year. This was new last year, this cone. What we're finding is we're getting a bit of chaff and that up through there, but if you've been sort of a long time watcher, when we put the PDO shaft off the pickup front through the machine, you can see there's a bit of a dent there, and then there's also it punched a hole up the top there, and I think it's sort of upset. There has been a bolt been broken off in here, but I can't actually get it out, I don't think, without sort of pulling this front of the rotor off, which we don't want to do. So what I'll do is, there's not much of a gap up there when you look where the stuff's coming out. So what we might do is we'll clean all that out, and then we might get some Sikaflex and just try and gap that hole up a bit. And fingers crossed. See, there's a bit of grain and that's still kicking around. Fingers crossed we can get that tidied up. So that just pins go through there, and that holds it on the front of the machine. And then you've got the two big lift rams there. So what we're going to do here is we'll probably take those Foodhouse chains out just to make the job a bit easier. You can see along the front here that strip's worn out, so we'll replace it. What I'm thinking to adapt this, get this to fit the other machine, the corn front, is actually make a complete new plate. So this part of it will actually come off. We need about 100 mil less, so I'll get these sort of guards off and have a bit of a measure up. But I'll get that channel pressed up, and then I'm thinking you know, some 200 by 50 RHS in a really thick wall thickness, sort of 6 or 8 mil, and we'll make that outside frame, and then once I get that out I'll have a look, but I dare say that'll just be a boss that we could possibly either machine up ourselves or get machined up in town. What they do is they've got a little ram here, hydraulic cylinder, that just tilts the front, which we don't actually need probably on the corn front, just because it's not so wide. But yeah, we can, that's what I'm thinking, and then we can just, if it's not too much of a pain in the bum to get off, I'm hoping it's just that pin in the middle, and then you can see there's a bolt head down on either side. If it's only a case of sort of undoing them and taking it off, we'll whip it off so we can use the corn front. And then, as I said, with the corn front, just so it stays genuine. If we want to sell it, we can, and you know, you could put it on a John Deere header, and you could essentially, if someone with a case header wanted to buy it, you could sell that, the new adapter plate with it that we're going to, I think we'll make. So the reason we've got this off though is, and you probably can't, oh, it's just here. So you can see there a bit of a weld. There's actually, is that the one? I think that's it. Yeah, there's actually a hole there. So it is quite paper thin. Again, that's a bit of a legacy of the PDO shaft getting put in there. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to replace that. The camera wants to focus. What will you not focus? We're going to, oh, look out. We'll only show, but not show her top half. She's a bit camera shy. So we're going to replace that bit of sheet. Yeah, so we'll just pull that out, but we'll pull the feeder house change out to make it a bit easier. Also got the results back from the lambs from the sale this morning. They've averaged about $155, so yeah, that wasn't too bad. They weren't world beaters by any stretch. They possibly would have made more if we had sent them direct to works, but yeah, that's the risk you take, unfortunately. So yeah, anyway, thanks again for watching. Yeah, thanks again to those guys that are commenting and asking questions and that sort of stuff. I hope I'm sort of getting back to you in a timely manner, and yeah, no, we'll see you on the next one. Thank you, bye.